Hello and welcome to your English news broadcast live on ERi-TV. It's exactly 10:30 p.m. on Eritrea's local time from our headquarters at Asmara with your domestic and international news in brief. I'm Zahra Badouri. But first we'll begin with your major headlines for this broadcast. An announcement from the Ministry of Health. Workshop on food safety and more. Russian Chinese warships hold patrols on yesterday's report. Hezbollah warns Israel against drills in border areas. Welcome to your domestic in brief. 3 patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 in tests carried out today at testing stations in the central region. On the other hand, 1 patient who has been receiving medical treatment in a hospital in the central region has recovered fully and have been discharged from this facility. The total number of recovered patients has accordingly risen to 6,708, while the number of deaths stands at 45. The total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has increased to 6,792. Ministry of Health, Asmara, 24th of October, 2021. The Department of Regulatory and Control Services at the Ministry of Agriculture organized workshop focusing on food safety from 20th to 22nd of October at Mbasoira Hotel. At the workshop, in which representatives from various governments and private institutions as well as colleges and experts in related subjects took part, extensive discussion was conducted Codex Elementary related to food safety. Extensive discussion was also conducted on the possibility of integrating regrouping of the scattered research institutions, designing regulations at national level practical for government and private institutions, as well as effort to raise the understanding of the public on food safety. Indicating the importance and timely of the workshop, the participants adopted various recommendations, underlining of the significance of the workshop in sharing experiences and expertise. Mr. Arrafai Nemberhe, Minister of Agriculture, said that the Ministry of Agriculture, in cooperation with the Ministry of Marine Resources, as part of the effort to ensure food security, is conducting encouraging effort to produce fertilizers free of chemicals. The Ministry of Labor and Social Welfare reported that 110,000 nakfa and 1,100 Canadian dollars to augmenting the Martyrs Trust Fund as well as supporting the families of martyrs. According to the reports, Eritrean Orthodox Tewahedo Church in the USA and Canada contributed 70,500 nakfa, and nationals living in New Jersey, the US, 9,000 nakfa, a national residing in Asmara, 5,000 nakfa, and a national living in Toronto, Canada, 1,100 Canadian dollars to augment the Martyrs Trust Fund. Furthermore, members of an association known as Ma'adisdra Ertrawian contributed 25,500 nakfa towards supporting the families of martyrs. Up next with your global report, do stay with us for more. And on your reports on the international line, Russian and Chinese warships held their first joint patrol in the western part of the Pacific Ocean on October 17th to 23rd of this October, Russia's Defense Ministry said in a statement on Saturday. Moscow and Beijing, which staged naval cooperation drills in the Sea of Japan earlier in October, have cultivated closer military and diplomatic ties in recent years at a time when their relations with the West have soured. The naval maneuvers have been closely watched by Japan, which said earlier this week that a group of 10 vessels from China and Russia sailed through the Tanguru Strait, separating Japan's main island and its northern island of Kohido. The group of ships passed through the Tanguru Strait for the first time as part of the patrol, in quotation, Russia's defense ministry said in a statement. The strait is regarded as international waters. In another quotation, the tasks of the patrols were the demonstration of the Russian and Chinese state flags, maintaining of peace and stability in the Asian Pacific region, and the guardianship of the subject of maritime economic activities of the two countries, unquote, the ministry added. The leader of Lebanon's Hezbollah on Friday, October 22nd, warned Israel against drilling for oil and gas in the disputed maritime border area between the two countries until issue is resolved, and said that the Iran-backed group would take action if it did do so. Lebanon's cabinet has raised the question to the United Nations permanent representative and others in the international community after Israel granted U.S. oil field services group Halliburton and offshore drilling contracts in the Mediterranean, asking to clarify whether the drilling would take place in disputed areas. Lebanon and Israel are disputed over the delineation of the other torrential waters, and negotiations between the old FAOs could lead to Lebanon's being able to unlock valuable gas reserves aimed at its worst ever financial crisis. Israel already pumps gas from huge offshore fields. As known, the two countries have been holding on and off U.S. mandated talks since October to try to resolve the issue. On your final report, lava continued to pour down the Cambaray Vedra volcano on Spain's La Palma island yesterday. This is according to media reports. Buildings burned as lava continued to pour down and flames engulfed buildings, and animals were seen running away from the lava flow. Lava from the volcano has covered nearly 800 hectares of land. The Cambaray Vedra volcano started sweeping red-hot lava and ash on September 19th, with the eruption showing few signs of abating for so far after destroying some 2,000 buildings and forcing thousands to leave their homes. More than 6,000 people have had to leave their homes, as reported. That is all for now, dear viewers, for your domestic and international news for this broadcast. But until we are back with some more news, stay and enjoy the rest of our programs. Until then, these are your major headlines for this broadcast in review. An announcement from the Ministry of Health. Workshop on food safety and financial contribution to Argument Martyrs Trust Fund. Russia's China warships hold patrols. Hezbollah warns Israel against drilling in border areas, and lava continues to pour down on La Palma Island. That is all for now. Thanks for watching once more, and have a nice one.